The corridor stank of recycled air and bad decisions. Maya Torres kept her pace steady. As boots echoed behind her, 7 sets. She had counted them since leaving the combat simulation lab. They were getting closer, and the hallway stretched long and empty ahead. Station Kepler 9, the most prestigious military academy in the Galactic Coalition, prided itself on honor and discipline. Neither was present tonight.
Hey, Deathworlder.
She stopped, turned slowly. 7 cadets formed a semicircle. Thraxians, mostly. Their exoskeletons gleamed under cold lighting. The tallest, Carvex, sneered with mandibles clicking in what passed for laughter among his species. Did you really think you could humiliate us in simulations without consequences? His translator rendered the words sharp and hostile.
Maya crossed her arms. I won fair. You lost. That is how competition works.
A Krillin cadet, her bioluminescent skin pulsing angry red, stepped forward. Fair? You moved faster than our sensors could track. You predicted patterns no computer flagged. You cheated. I trained. Maya's voice carried no heat, just facts. Earth gravity is 3 times what you experience. Our atmosphere is half the oxygen. Predators hunted us for millions of years. We adapted. I did not cheat. I simply did not die easily enough for your comfort. Carbex's crest flared. Arrogant mammal. Observant mammal, Maya corrected. Also, you should know that surveillance cameras cover this entire section. Cameras can malfunction. A Droxian cadet, scaled and serpentine, produced a small device. Technology is so unreliable. The jamming signal washed over the corridor. Lights flickered once. Maya felt her pulse slow, instead of quicken. Good. The adrenaline would come when needed, not before. Her instructors on Earth had beaten that lesson into her literally and figuratively during training in the Australian outback, where heat could kill faster than any weapon. Last chance, she offered. Walk away. File a formal complaint. Let the Academy Review Board handle disputes like civilized beings. Civilized? Carvex backed the word. You hairless apes conquered yourselves through warfare and called it progress. You poisoned your own planet and somehow survived. You are a species of cockroaches, and we will remind you of your place. They rushed her together. 3 seconds was all it took. Maya sidestepped the first Thraxian, using his momentum against him. Her elbow found the weak joint in his exoskeleton. Charlton cracked. He went down. The Quellan lunged, bioluminescence flaring bright to disorient prey. Maya had trained in strobe-lit rooms specifically for this. She caught the cadet's arm, twisted, and swept her legs. 2 down. The Droxian came from the left. Fangs extending. Maya dropped, rolled, came up inside his guard. Her palm strike to his throat disrupted the venom sacs. He choked and collapsed. The remaining 4 hesitated for half a second. That was enough. She moved through them like water, through a broken dam, precise, economical. No wasted motion. A Thraxian tried to grab her. She broke his grip and his confidence simultaneously. Another swung wild. She ducked, countered, ended it. The last 2 backed away, clicking and hissing in their native languages. Do not make me chase you, Maya said quietly. I ran down prey animals for sport before I could drive a vehicle. They fled. She stood alone, among groaning bodies. None were seriously injured. She had pulled every strike. There was the difference between a Deathworlder, raised civilized, and one raised feral. She knew restraint. Carvex struggled to rise, crest drooping. You will regret this. I already do, Maya replied. I regret that 7 trained military cadets thought numbers would overcome skill. I regret that you forced confrontation instead of learning from defeat. Mostly, I regret that I will now be late for my astrophysics assignment. She stepped over them and continued down the corridor. The summons arrived at dawn. Commandant Jellicar, a 4-armed Kirathi with a reputation for absolute fairness, sat behind an obsidian desk, his facial tendrils coiled tight, a sign of severe displeasure. Cadet Torres. His voice rumbled like distant thunder. Do you understand the severity of assaulting 7 fellow cadets?
Maya stood at attention. Sir, I defended myself against attackers who disabled surveillance and used jamming equipment.
The surveillance footage has been reviewed. He touched a holographic display. It shows you initiating violence. Her blood went cold. Impossible. She had waited for them to attack first. That is fabricated, sir. Are you calling me a liar, Cadet? No, sir. I am stating that I was attacked and defended myself. Someone altered the recording. Jellicar's tendrils loosened slightly. Something flickered in his compound eyes. Sympathy. Frustration. The recording shows what it shows. Additionally, 6 of the 7 cadets come from families with significant influence in coalition government. Their parents are demanding justice. 6? Maya caught the detail. Not 7. The 7th cadet, a Thraxian named Vexthal, refused to corroborate the others' statements. He has been disciplined for failure to report an assault. So, one of them had a conscience. Interesting.
Torres, you leave me no choice. You are hereby expelled from Kepler 9 Military Academy, effective immediately. Furthermore, you are restricted from enlisting in any coalition military branch for 10 standard years. Your academic records will note this incident.
The words hit like physical blows. Everything she had worked for, sacrificed for, bled for, during training, gone. Because she had defended herself, because she was human.
Dismissed.
Maya saluted mechanically. Her legs carried her to the door. Her mind spun through impossible calculations. Return to Earth, in disgrace, find work on frontier colonies, become another forgotten Deathworld story. Cadet Torres. She turned. A woman stood in the corridor. Human, older, maybe 50, with silver threaded black hair and eyes that had seen things Maya could only imagine. She wore civilian clothing, but her bearing screamed military. My name is Colonel Sarah Chen. I work for Earth Intelligence Service. Work with me. I have nothing to say to IVS. Maya's voice came out flat. I just got expelled. I know. Chen smiled without warmth. That was the point. They walked. Chen led her to an observation deck, overlooking the station's docking bays. Ships came and went like mechanical fireflies. Those 7 cadets who attacked you, Chen began, not random bullies. They were chosen specifically. Chosen for what? To test you, to see if you would break protocol, to manufacture grounds for expulsion. Chen pulled out a data tablet. Karvixi's father is Admiral Thrawn, head of Coalition Fleet Security. The Quellan girl, her mother chairs the Ethics Committee. 4 others have parents in positions of significant power. Maya's hands clenched. They set me up brilliantly. Chen's tone held grudging respect. They needed you discredited, isolated, and angry. A human cadet showing up dozens of entitled aristocrats. Bad optics for species already nervous about Earth's military potential, but a violent death worlder proving humans are dangerous. That is useful propaganda. Why tell me this? Chen met her eyes. Because we need you angry. We need you isolated. And we need someone they already underestimated to walk into something no sane person would attempt.
What are you asking?
Admiral Thrawn is not just fleet security. He runs an off-books operation, selling coalition military technology to fringe systems. We have suspected for months, but cannot prove it. His son Carvex, he is the courier. The 7 cadets who attacked you are all part of a network their parents operate. Maya processed this. You want me to infiltrate them. I want you to get justice. Chen's voice dropped. Those cadets destroyed your career. Their parents are gutting coalition integrity. IIS can offer you a chance to make them pay by becoming a spy, by becoming what you already are, a Deathworlder who does not quit. Chen held out the tablet. Mission brief. Target profiles. Your choice. Maya took the device. Her fingers traced the screen. Carvex's smug face stared back at her. Then the others. 7 bullies, protected by power and privilege. She thought of her father, who had worked triple shifts in asteroid mines to fund her academy application. Her mother, who had taught her that honor mattered more than victory. They had raised her to be better than the worst impulses Earth's brutal history had coded into human DNA, but they had also raised her to survive. What is the operation called? Chen smiled, and this time it reached her eyes. Operation Deathworld. Maya looked up from the tablet. When do I start? You already have. Chen gestured to the viewport. A ship was docking, sleek, black, unmarked. That transport belongs to Carvex's family. He is taking leave to deliver the next technology package. You will be on that ship. How? Because 30 minutes ago, Vexthor, the Thraxian who refused to lie about you, sent an encrypted message to an EIS dead drop. He wants to defect. He wants protection, and he wants to take down his former friends. Maya's breath caught. He reached out. 10 seconds after your expulsion was announced, Chen's expression turned calculating. Apparently, watching you defend yourself with restraint and honor made an impression. He says Carvex bragged about the setup. He recorded it. Then, we have proof. We have proof that gets Vexthor killed before he can testify. His family is mid-tier aristocracy. They have resources, but not protection. If Admiral Thrawn suspects betrayal, the boy dies. Chen touched the viewport. Unless we extract him first, and that is where I come in. You will board that transport as ship security. Fake credentials, provided by us. Carvex will not recognize you immediately. Your appearance will be altered enough. You protect Vexthor, gather evidence of the technology smuggling, and bring both back to Earth jurisdiction. Maya laughed. No humor. You want me to babysit the one bully with a conscience while spying on his friends who just ruined my life? I want you to prove humans are not the monsters they claim. Chen's voice hardened. I want you to be better than them, smarter than them, and deadly enough that they never see you coming. The anger that had been simmering since the trial blazed white-hot. Not rage, focus. Her instructors would be proud.
Amen.
Good. Chen handed her a chip. Identity, mission parameters, extraction protocols. Memorize everything. Burn the chip. You leave in 4 hours. Maya pocketed it. And if something goes wrong, Colonel Chen smiled one last time. Then remember what makes humans special. We are the species that looked at a hostile universe and decided we belonged there anyway. Show them why Earth is called a death world. Cadet. She left. Maya stood alone. Below, the black ship waited. Inside her chest, something cold and determined settled into place. 7 bullies had attacked her and won through deception and power. Now she would teach them that winning a battle was not the same as surviving the war. The transport ship Void Serpent smelled like expensive arrogance. Maya kept her spine straight, her expression neutral, her credentials displayed on the security band around her wrist. The forged identity named her Kira Voss, a freelance protection specialist from Titan Colony. The background would hold up under casual scrutiny. Anything deeper, and she would need to improvise. Carvex strutted past her without recognition. His crest had been polished to high gloss, and he wore civilian clothes that probably cost more than her father made in 6 months. 2 of his former attack squad flanked him, the Quellan girl, Lyra, and a Thraxian named Jack. Hired security? Carvex clicked his mandibles in amusement. Father thinks I need a babysitter. Your father values your safety, the ship's captain, a weathered Droxian replied smoothly. Frontier space has become unpredictable. Fine. Carvex dismissed Maya with a glance. Stay out of my way, human. She bowed slightly. Respectful. Forgettable. Understood, sir. They lifted from Kepler 9 without incident. Once they broke orbit, Maya began mapping the ship's layout. Crew quarters, cargo hold, engineering, bridge. She committed every detail to memory, noting security protocols and emergency exits. Vixthal appeared in the galley during 3rd shift. He looked thin, his exoskeleton dull, his eyes darting nervously. Maya prepared herself a meal. Acting casual, he grabbed nutrition paste and sat 3 tables away. She waited 5 minutes, then approached, balancing her tray. Mind if I sit? Crew quarters are loud. He flinched, then recognized something in her posture. You are the human cadet. She sat anyway. Now I am unemployed security, hoping this job pays rent. You are the kid who told the truth. That got me nowhere. His translator made his voice sound bitter. They still expelled you. They expelled themselves from decency. Maya ate slowly, watching him from peripheral vision. I remember you hesitated during the fight. Did not commit fully. Why? Vexithar's mandibles trembled.
Sister died in combat 3 years ago.
Real combat, not academy games. She wrote me before her last mission. Said that honor was not about winning. It was about fighting for something that mattered. He looked at his paste. You fought 7 of us, and you could have killed any of us easily. You held back. That was honor. Maya felt something crack in her chest. She had been so focused on the mission, the anger, the revenge, that she had forgotten this kid was just that, a kid. One who had lost someone and learned a hard lesson about character. Your sister sounds wise. She was. His voice barely registered. I recorded Carvex, bragging about setting you up. I sent it to someone I thought could help. Then I volunteered for this trip, because I need to get far away before his father finds out what I did. Who did you send it to? A dead drop address my sister used for intelligence work. I do not know if anyone monitors it anymore. Maya finished her meal.
They do, and they sent me to get you out.
His eyes widened. Bioluminescence flickered across his carapace. You are EIA's. Quiet. She stood, collected both trays. Act normal. I will handle extraction. But I need your help first. Anything. Tell me where Carvex is taking the cargo, and who he is meeting. Alexithar's mandibles clicked rapidly, processing the implications. You know about the smuggling. I know enough. Fill in the gaps. He glanced around the empty galley. Station Oblivion. Fringe system. The buyer is a warlord named Trethus. He pays in refined plasma crystals. Untraceable currency. Corax makes the exchange, uploads data about coalition fleet movements, and returns home. He has done this 6 times. Evidence. In his personal quarters. Data drive hidden inside a fake trophy from the academy. Maya calculated risks. Can you access his room? Yes. We were bunkmates before I became a liability. The door codes have not changed. He is arrogant enough not to update them. Then tonight, third shift, you retrieve that drive, bring it to Cargo Bay 3. I will be waiting. If we get caught, we will not. She met his gaze fully. Trust me, I am very good at not getting caught. He left first. Maya waited, then returned to her assigned post outside the passenger deck. Hours crawled past. She monitored communications, noting encrypted bursts sent ahead to Station Oblivion, confirming arrival times, coordinating transfers. Admiral Thrawn's operation was efficient and careful, almost untouchable. Almost. At 0300, she moved. The ship's skeleton crew focused on navigation. She slipped through passages she had memorized, avoiding sensor sweeps. Cargo Bay 3 sat dark and cold. She waited in shadows. Vexthal arrived on time, clutching a small drive. Got it. She took the device, plugged it into a scanner Chen had provided. Data scrolled across the screen. Fleet movements, weapon specifications, experimental shield technology, everything Admiral Thrawn was selling. This ends his career, Maya breathed. This ends all of them. Footsteps echoed outside, multiple sets, moving fast.
They know.
Bechdal's voice cracked. Carfax installed biometric sensors. After I testified against him, I triggered them, entering his room. Maya swore quietly. How many? All of them, and crew loyal to Thrawn. Stay behind me. She moved to the cargo bay entrance, assessing options. No direct escape. They were trapped. The door opened. Carvex entered first, flanked by Lyra, Jack, and 4 crew members, all armed. His crest flared fully, rage coloring every movement. The Honorable Cadet returns. Sarcasm dripped from his words. Did you really think we would not recognize you? A slight prosthetic alteration and fake credentials. Pathetic. I recognized you the moment you boarded, Lyra added. Her bioluminescence pulsed hostile crimson. We have been watching, waiting to see what you would do. Maya kept her stance relaxed. So you let me find evidence of your smuggling operation. Smart. Evidence that will disappear with you. Carvex raised his weapon. Along with my traitorous former friend, Father will be disappointed about Vexthal. But sacrifices must be made. Your father will be arrested within the hour, Maya replied calmly. That data drive transmitted everything to Earth Intelligence Service. The moment I plugged it in, they had been building a case for months. You just gave them everything they needed. Carvex hesitated. Bluff.
Test it. She smiled, without humor. Go ahead and kill me. See if your father's freedom is worth that risk.
Lyra touched Carvex's arm. She is lying. Am I? Maya pulled out her communicator. Chen. Confirm transmission. Colonel Chen's voice emerged clear. Confirmed. Admiral Thrawn is in custody. Coalition security has surrounded his office. We have everything thanks to Cadet Torres. Silence filled the cargo bay. Then, Carvex laughed. You tricked us. No, Maya's voice went cold. You tricked yourselves. You assumed I would seek revenge through violence because I am a Deathworlder. You thought I would come aboard this ship raging and stupid. Instead, I came aboard patient and professional. That is the actual difference between humans and you. We learned to think before we fought. Zeke raised his weapon. We still outnumber you.
And I still do not care. Maya shifted stance slightly. I completed my mission. Vexel is under Earth protection. Your parents face justice. Killing me changes nothing except adding murder to your crimes.
Worth it, Lyra hissed. Then do it. Maya spread her arms. But know this, I survived Earth. Gravity that crushes. predators that hunt in packs, diseases that evolved alongside us. I trained in deserts and tundra. I ran until my lungs bled and kept running. I fought opponents who wanted to break me and learned to break them first. You 7 ambushed me once with numbers and surprise and still lost in seconds. What makes you think now will be different?
Nobody moved.
Drop the weapons. Colonel Chen ordered through the communicator. Coalition security is boarding your vessel in 30 seconds. Resist and you will be charged with piracy, smuggling, conspiracy and assaulting an EIS operative. Cooperate, and you might serve less than a decade. Scarvex's weapon clattered to the floor. Then the others, surrender, rippled through them like poison through veins. Maya walked forward and retrieved the weapons. On your knees, hands behind your heads. They obeyed. The mighty brought low. She felt no satisfaction, just tired validation. Coalition security stormed the bay moments later. They secured the prisoners, efficiently. Vexel stood beside Maya, trembling, but alive. You saved my life, he said quietly. You saved your own life by choosing honor over loyalty to friends who had none. She placed a hand on his shoulder. Your sister would be proud. Tears rolled down his face. Thraxians rarely cried. When they did, it meant something fundamental had broken or healed inside them. Colonel Chen arrived via shuttle. An hour later, she surveyed the scene with professional satisfaction. Nicely done, cadet. I am not a cadet anymore, ma'am. About that, Chen handed her a datapad. Your expulsion has been overturned. Commandant Shou Ka reviewed the original surveillance footage, which mysteriously became uncorrupted once Admiral Throne lost access to station security systems. Funny how that works. Maya stared at the reinstatement order. I can return to Kepler 9.
You can, or... Chen smiled. You can accept a position with Earth Intelligence Service. Field Operative. Full rank. Your first mission was wildly successful. Imagine what you could accomplish with training.
Training? I just graduated the most prestigious military academy in the galaxy. You graduated their basic program. Izarios trains operatives to survive things that would make Kepler 9 instructors weep. Chen's eyes gleamed. We teach spycraft, infiltration, psychological warfare, advanced combat, and how to turn any situation to your advantage. Interested, Maya looked at Vexthal, the young Thraxian who had chosen right over easy, at the captured smugglers who had thought power made them untouchable, at the stars beyond the viewport, endless and full of threats Earth needed to navigate carefully. I am interested. Good. Chen gestured toward the shuttle. We leave immediately. Debriefing starts in 6 hours. Then we find you a new set of enemies who actually deserve what is coming. Maya boarded the shuttle. As they pulled away from Void Serpent, she watched Station Oblivion recede into the distance. The operation had been a success. Justice had been served, but more than that, something fundamental had shifted. She had entered that transport angry and betrayed, focused on revenge. She was leaving with purpose and direction, not as a victim of circumstance, as someone who shaped circumstances to her will. 3 seconds, yes. Maya settled into her seat. Though technically, I think it was closer to 2.8. I was efficient. He laughed. Welcome to EIS Torres. We specialize in efficient. She closed her eyes. Somewhere behind them, Carvex and his conspirators faced consequences. Somewhere ahead, Colonel Chen had mentioned new enemies. Between those points lay the vast unknown of a career she had not planned, but somehow felt inevitable. Earth had forged humans in fire and ice, predation and starvation, violence and survival. They had looked at a hostile universe and refused to be broken. Now that universe would learn what that refusal meant in practice. Maya Torres smiled. For the first time since the attack, it felt genuine. 7 bullies had ambushed a Deathworld cadet. The fight had ended in seconds, but the war they started, that was just beginning.